research talent through the Marie Skłodowska-Curie Actions. I'm Manuel Bianco, and I'm one of the MSCA National Contact Point. And together with me, there is also Marco Cavallaro, another MSCA National Contact Point. And the goal of today is to explain you why the MSCA is the right instrument to boost the innovation in your business. A bit of today's agenda. In the next hour, I will really briefly introduce you the services of Euresearch and present you why MSCA is relevant for your business in terms of opportunities. And the core of today, it's really, we are very lucky, you are very lucky that we have two great testimonials. For staff exchange, we have the Professor Umberto Michelucci from the company Toelt. And for the doctoral network, we have Dr. Waldemar Rauch from the company Reastim MedTech. So they will be there also to answer your question, and therefore don't hesitate to ask also really a precise question, how is for a company to participate in the MSCA. And then we also have a final Q&A session. A few housekeeping rules. So please keep your microphone mute. Recording or transcription with artificial intelligence tools is not allowed. We will record the presentation, so both hours of the NCP and of the testimonial, but not the Q&A session. So please stay until the end, because you won't be able to watch the question and answer later. And for the question and answer, you can already, if you want, write your question in the chat, or you can simply raise your hand and ask directly. That said, we just a few words about Euresearch. So we are basically a network of advisors covering the whole Switzerland. Here you see the map that we really are everywhere. So our main goal is to support you when you want to apply for Horizon Europe funding opportunities, and MSCA, Marie Skłodowska-Curie Actions, are part of the Horizon Europe program. So I really encourage you, when you have an idea to apply for a collaborative project or an MSCA project, to contact the company advisor closest to you. You have a couple of examples here. For example, you have Sonia and Ginian from the regional office that I saw, but maybe there is also someone else. So really get in touch with them. And a few services that I present here, but we have many more. So we can help you identifying the right funding scheme. And when you decide to apply for one of these funding scheme and you make a proposal, we also offer for free proposal review. So I stress also the point that all of our services are for free. And if you want to stay updated to all the news about Horizon Europe, I encourage you to subscribe to our social media channel, at least to LinkedIn, when you have an update every day. Now, going deep into what the Marie Skłodowska-Curie Actions are, here is the first slide, and this is really for me is the take-home message for you, where I synthesize all the opportunities that are for businesses, because on the left we have the MSCA scheme, where the businesses can participate. So when I talk about businesses, are companies, SMEs, and startups. And the program are postdoctoral fellowship, doctoral network, and staff exchange. While on the right, you have what your company, SME, or startup gain out of participating there. We start with the postdoctoral fellowship, that is a mono-beneficiary scheme. So this means that, in a few words, you get a free postdoc working in your business. So the main point there is, in fact, that you have a fully funded researcher for your innovation project. And since there you apply to this scheme just with a researcher, this means that you don't need to deal with other universities or or other companies. So another great advantage there is that the IP is retained within your organization. So it works in practical that you have an innovation idea that is agreed with the researcher. It is actually the researcher who is going to prepare the proposal to be submitted for the judgment. Then we have doctoral networks and staff exchanges that are collaborative projects. This means that you cannot apply you alone. You need to have a consortium of universities and other companies, also NGOs, and then you agree on a team. You will see later some practical examples, so this will also help you to understand. And the goal, and you see that since both are collaborative projects, the advantages are often shared. So for the doctoral network, the main one is to attract highly talented candidates, because MSCA means excellence. So it will be easier for you to attract and host a PhD at your institution. But this PhD will be typically a talent out of the ordinary. While for staff exchange, the key point is to transfer knowledge among the institution. So for example, if you need to improve your staff knowledge about AI, you will create a consortium where there are universities specialized in artificial intelligence. And another really good point of participating in this is that it can open you the door also to other collaborative projects. So we know, for example, that in Pillar 2, it's difficult to find a consortium, but this could be a really good starting point and also for your visibility. I will also go more in detail about these three actions in a few slides. But before doing that, a short step back to give you some key principles about the MSCA. So the Marie Skłodowska-Curie Actions are based on a few pillars, and the first one is that is a bottom-up action. So this means that you can apply for any idea. You can apply an idea, a research idea about history or about astronomics. Every idea is welcome. The important point is that it is an excellent idea. Then it's focused on international mobility. It fosters the collaboration between academia and industry. And it is not just about the research project, it's a lot about the researcher career. And if you think about it, it's very nice, because this means that you will also be a tutor and a mentor for a young professional that often makes his first step outside the university in your company or SME or startup. A short reminder also about Switzerland and MSCA, and in general Horizon Europe. Switzerland is fully associated to Horizon Europe. It was true last year and is true also this year, so please keep this in mind. So this means for the MSCA that Swiss organizations and therefore businesses can host postdoctoral fellows, can coordinate and be beneficiaries in doctoral network, and can coordinate and be beneficiaries in staff exchanges. Now, giving a bit more detail about each of these actions. The postdoctoral fellowship is, as I said, an innovation idea that you agree with a researcher, with a postdoc, so someone that already holds a PhD. You agree on an innovation idea, and then you write a research proposal. This research proposal is very short, and the burden of writing it is on the researcher. So what is asked also you as a business, it's really a few steps, is to confirm that you are the host, and then to review one of two paragraphs. And then, of course, you can also review more, but this to say that don't imagine that you have to spend a lot of time following this. So this research proposal will be submitted to evaluators, and if everything goes well and the idea is accepted, you will have a postdoc working for you for a period that you decide between 12 to 24 months, and this person will get a really competitive salary, because for Switzerland, the grant will award a gross salary of about 9,500 Swiss francs per month. I said about because it's actually in euros, so we have some change fluctuating. But this to say that the salary will be very competitive, so you can attract also talent that wants to directly go in industry. In terms of opening, the next call will open the 9th of April, so less than 1 month, and will stay open until September. Here I bring you an example that I found very interesting because this company, it was a startup, now became an SMEs, and it comes from a widening country, Cyprus. So to say that this instrument is really good and it also helps really smaller business to grow. And this Nova Mechanics got for 2 years project a funding of more than 160,000 euros. That again it's used to pay the salary of a highly talented resource. Now we move to Doctoral Network. As I said before, this is a collaborative project. So you need to have a mixed consortium of university, research center, and non-academic actors. So the idea is that you find a common topic where you want to train doctoral candidates. Up to 15 doctoral candidates can be recruited in the work consortium. So this means that you have to agree with the other consortium members how to share these candidates. And what is important for businesses is that you can have the PhD at your premises for all the duration of the doctoral studies. So of course, this PhD must be linked must be enrolled in a doctoral school, but this person will do most of the activities in your company. Businesses can be beneficiaries. So as I said, and recruit fellows. So I really want to stress this. And in case you're asked, you can also be an associated partner. I will show you later what is the difference between a beneficiary and associated partner. We always encourage more to be a beneficiary, but it's up to you. And we will have the great example of the IRIS project by Dr. Rauch in a few minutes. And in terms of salary, again, the MSCA give the opportunities to have a really competitive salary, because if you take the living allowance and you multiply for 1.63, you have a salary for PhD that is almost a salary of a postdoc. So again, this to say that you can attract the best talent, also not just because MSCA it's a world recognized brand of excellence, it's also because you will pay them very, very well. As I was saying before, just a quick comparison of what you get being a beneficiary or an associated partner. So it doesn't matter if you're academic or not, you can be both, but the beneficiary can sign the grant agreement, they can recruit the researcher, and they can claim direct cost. So this means that if you're an associated partner, you can just host the PhD for a certain period of time. And eventually, with the staff exchanges, it is again a collaborative project. So the first step is to create a consortium that will apply for the funding. And what is interesting in there is that staff exchange is related to all the stuff that deals with innovation and research. So you don't need necessarily to be a professor, PhD, a postdoc. It could also be a technicians, also secretaries, people working in administration. The important point is that they are related with research. The idea of staff exchange is that you send people in different institutions to get new skills, new technique. So for example, I said before, AI, maybe you have someone that is not very skilled with AI, you send to a laboratory that is dedicated on that, and this person will come back to your company bringing a strong knowledge in this. So the idea in the staff exchange is that you do this exchange of at least 1 month. These exchanges are technically called secondments. So you can have a maximum of 360 secondments in the whole life of the project. And so you have again to agree among all the consortium members how to do these secondments. And each individual staff member can be seconded, so can go in exchange for a minimum of 1 month up to 12 months. And if this seems a bit too much far from the concrete, from reality, we again have the luck to have a testimonial, Professor Michelucci, that will explain how in practice this go on. From the financial point of view, staff exchange will not bring any extra financial support from your side, because this exchange, so the salary of the person you send will get a top up of 2,700 euros that very often cover all the expenses, additional expenses in any European countries, Switzerland included. The MSCA, it's of course has its own rules, so I also give some additional consideration. I repeat, is bottom up, so you can choose any topic of innovation to submit for funding. The success rate is something important, so I will tell you is 9.6 for the postdoctoral fellowship, but we saw that for applicants with Switzerland, it was the highest in the world program, so it was almost 14%, saying that Switzerland can attract really highly talented people already. For the doctoral network is 9.3%, and for staff exchange is 22.5%, so it's quite an interesting percentage for staff exchange. One of the main advantages is that companies with the postdoctoral fellowship, for example, they can develop the research ideas that are often considered too far from return of investment or deemed too risky. In that case, all the financial burden is on the European Commission, let's say, so you can try something more exotic as well. And for SMEs and startups, you can access cutting-edge instruments and technologies that you cannot afford, and you can also get a visibility, international visibility that when you start, of course, is more difficult to achieve. And the last point, you have also to keep in mind that there are some rules that are the mobility and the eligibility rules. So you cannot hire whoever you want. Maybe later in the question and answer, we can go deeper in this. But there are some strict rules. For example, you cannot use this instrument to keep someone that is already working for you. A few important opening and closing. So the staff exchange is open already and we close in 1 month. The postdoctoral fellowship will open the 9th of April and will close the 9th of September, while the doctoral network will open the 28th of May and will close the 24th of November. For the staff exchange, we already did an info event. You can watch the recording clicking on the video. I will send to you the presentation in the follow-up email. And while the info event for postdoctoral fellowship and doctoral network will take place soon, so the one for the postdoctoral fellowship will be in April, while the one for doctoral network in June. If you're looking for partners, I also invite you to check this matchmaking platform where we try to help. So all the NCPs around Europe, we try to help you to find the right partner. And about this, I would like Marco to talk about the Radiance project.
Yes, yes, I'm stepping in because I'm one of the coordinators of this Radiance project, which is also an EU-funded project bringing together MSCA national contact points across Europe. And yes, we produce some useful documents that can help in your applications, like the handbooks, the submission guides. And we also host this matchmaking platform that Manuel was talking about, which can help you find partners for doctoral networks or staff exchange. And it's also a platform where you can post, where you can advertise for your company to attract potential postdocs. So yeah, you will find the link to the website on this slide.
Thank you very much, Marco. And with this, I'm very happy to leave the floor to the testimonial. So we start with Professor Michelucci, and I invite him to take control.
Yeah, thank you.